Hello there, and welcome once again. It's Thursday and it's 3 o'clock in Paris time, so it's time for a chat live with me, Cat Knott. And thank you so much for anyone that's tuning in, and for you if you're taking your time to watch on replay or you're going to join me live. I'm so super grateful that I have these platforms, that we all have these platforms, that we are all able to be everything that we are here to be these days. Because I think one of the things that we forget as, the creatives and the light bringers and the change makers here is that we are born into our time. And the time being where we have all of the skills and all of the abilities to be the fullest of ourselves. And so that means right now that every single one of us has the ability to jump live and have conversations with people around the world. It's an opportunity for every single one of us to be the fullness of ourselves. I'm having so many conversations with people at the moment where we seem to be going through this shedding of all of the crap and bullshit and nonsense and fuckery that we've been carrying around for so long, and just letting ourselves be free, to be who we're here to be. And quite often that means that we have no frigging idea who we are here to be. But what we do know deep in ourselves, what we do know is our truth. What we do know is the parts of us that light us up. What we do know is the parts of us that when we do that, we feel most alive. And as a bringer of change here now, as all of you are, if you're listening to these words, we don't come together by accident. These connections are made because they need to be, because we're all here as a collective to support each other as we're moving through this awakening and this movement into the newness of this energy frequency that we are all living in now. And so we're all here in the moment with the skills that we need, with the world being the way that it is, that we need to be effective bringers of our frequency, that when we come together as a collective with each one of us individually going, I don't fucking know what I'm supposed to be, but I'm doing it anyway, we actually come together to create the new. Because one of the things that the crew, as I channel through them, constantly keep saying is, this is the time for the new. This is the time to not build on what's already been made, not bring the ideas that fix what's already broken. Let's bring through the new. Let's bring through everything that we have able to touch into in this infinite magical soup of knowledge and connectedness that every single one of us is able to touch into. And we all have this connection to infinite inspiration, the swirling of ideas, the downloading of the new, the concepts and the exciting things and the nudges and the all that would be so exciting feelings that we get. This is all what we are here to be as feeling humans, as feeling human beings now, where we're going through the world and we're less thinky, we're less stuck up here, we're less assessing what is right and wrong with the world through what we're judging it to be and thinking it to be and assessing it to be through our knowing of what's already been. And we're moving into this space of we are all becoming feeling entities. We are all feeling our way through the world. And that means that we have this knowing that makes us go, I don't want to do that. Or, oh, that would be exciting. And we're having to do the work as humans to let go of all of the nonsense, all of the fuckery, all of the solidity, all of the beliefs, all of the that you can't do that have been programmed into us. And so one of the things that I wanted to do today when I was thinking of what am I going to talk about, what am I going to focus on in my life today, was actually I had no idea. I had no idea what the subject was going to be. I had no idea of what the focus was going to be. And then I actually thought, being the fullness of yourself, what is it that you haven't done yet? And so the thing that I haven't done yet is I haven't channeled the crew for you yet. I talk about them all of the time. I talk about their teaching, I talk about their knowledge, I talk about what's been downloaded to me. But on this platform of Live Chat with Cat, I've never done that before. And I suddenly thought, oh, that's what we're going to do. So today I am going to step out, I'm going to step back. And one of the people who's inspired me to do this actually just popped up live, Catherine Roy. If you don't follow her work, please go and follow her. She is an amazing teacher and a wise guide of earthly things around LinkedIn and business related stuff, but also of higher awareness, heart connection, and how to be an amazing human being in this world. So bob over. I'll put a link in later if you don't know. Say hi to Catherine, she's amazing. So we had a conversation earlier on, which again reinforced with me of what haven't I done yet? What is the piece that I haven't done yet? So I am, like I say, I'm going to step out in a moment and I'm going to bring in the crew. Now, I just want to explain what this is before I do that. So many of you know my work. Many of you have connected with me through Facebook or in other ways. And I am what's called a direct voice channel. So this has been my evolution over the last 20 years in trusting that the connectedness that I have to the infinite awareness for me comes through in this direct voice channeling of a collective, an energy collective, a wise collective, whatever we want to call them. We don't like labels very much. But what has happened is I have learned to trust that this is my thing. And as I said earlier on, it's the thing that lights me up. It's the thing that when I do that, I feel the fullest aliveness of myself. And this is what we're all here to be. This is what we're all here to be. And this is what the crew collectively bring message after message after message about, is being the fullness of ourselves, being the parts of us that are the most alive in every moment, because that is the highest resonance that we can be. And then that weaving together of all of us being the highest version of ourselves that we can be, that is shifting this world. And so my journey with the crew began, like I say, over 20 years. I mean, my whole life I've had connection with energy. I've had the weirdest of weird experiences. But yeah, the voice channeling came from, I started journaling, and then I got into inspirational writing, and then energies would come through. And as I was writing, the handwriting would change and it got really, really cool. And then all of a sudden that then evolved into direct voice channel. And through me getting to know them, which we're going to do now as a collective, we're going to get to meet them. We're all getting to know each other, which is pretty cool. I love this. As I got to know them, I actually was still in the energy of there must be hierarchy in this. There must be hierarchy, you know. And so I started calling them the management as a collective name. And it very clearly came back that no, they're not the management, they're the crew. And the crew is, if you can imagine, a collective that come together and the energies form in different ways into the energy that can perfectly answer the question of the moment. So if you imagine that loving holding of you by a collective of energy, which are answering in the ideal energy frequency of the question that's been asked, that's what we all have a connection to. And some of us focus on different elements of the collective and different energy frequencies, and some of us work with angels, and some of us work with ascended masters, and some of us work with different specifics of the entirety of the energy frequency. And so when I bring through the crew, different voices will come through sometimes, different frequencies, different energies. It is this entire swirling of, I make myself available as a messenger of love. I make myself available as a messenger of energy. And so, yeah, we're going to get to meet them now. I'm really excited to do that for you. For this is the first time I think I've ever channeled live on YouTube or anywhere. Yeah, it's always been video up to now. So this is an adventure for me too. And it's an adventure for you. And I hope you enjoy meeting the crew. So I'm going to step out. What I'll do is I'll just take a few breaths. It may be that I close my eyes if the messages are distracting. And then I'll come back and we'll have another chat. So here we go. We are so pleased to be called and witnessed here in this way, through this medium, through this connection, through this channel in this way. We have connected to this channel through many, many years now, and a trust has been built on the level of knowing that we will always show ourselves. We will always be here. We will always bring ourselves to a conversation, for that is what we are here to do, to bring a conversation, to bring a higher perspective, if you will, but we do not, as you will discover if you have not heard our words before, we do not necessarily like this idea of higher and lower, but it is necessary to have a language that is understood and able to be described in this way. And so we say that we bring a higher perspective, because in that way you understand that when you go higher, you can see more. In this solid linear manifest world, this is the understanding of the higher and lower that we wish to bring to you. And from this higher, this wider perspective, we bring through this channel voices that here are encouragements for those of you who are here to be the change bringers, for those of you who are here to bring the new frequencies forward, for those of you who are here to break through patterns, for those of you who are here to unweave and reweave the entirety of this existence of humanity. Yes, you are that necessary and that important, whether you can see that for yourself or not. This time is one of true reimagining, recreating, and renewing of all that is in this world and in this created solid linear manifest state. And in this communication, we wish for you to know that you may understand that we bring through a frequency of that higher energy. We bring through not just these words, but holding space for all and any of you who listen to these words. whether live or whether at a date in the future, we bring an energy frequency which touches and assists with the unweaving of the solidity of your beliefs, of your well solidified walls of resistance to change. That is our purpose here, if you will. And we bring forward in that energy frequency not simply an unweaving, but if you like, a touching into the higher, more wider perspective of yourself. This channel likes to speak of this as the expansion of your edges, the poking. We enjoy this word when this is used, for this is the experience of taking a belief and rattling it to the point that you see the solidity of it. And then there is no other opportunity but to witness it, see it clearly for the solid thing that it is. And understand that if it is solid, it is therefore created. And if it is therefore created, it can be undone, unweaved, unbelieved, uncreated. This is the powerful work that we bring through when we work with light bringers individually through this channel, but also whenever we have an opportunity to speak in this way to a wider audience. We are supremely gifted and blessed when this opportunity arises. For the ability of you as a light bringer here, you as a light weaver, you as a change maker, you as the bringer of the new, you are here in a time where you have all that you require to break through all of these solidities now. And what you are witnessing in this world is that you are witnessing the solidity of belief being shaken. You are witnessing the solidity of all that is in solid structure being seen for the temporary solidity on walled area that it is. And we will come back and we will talk more of the structure of this world and how the unfolding of this breaking down and breaking through will be brought about. But for this moment, we wish to speak to you as a light bringer. For you will not be hearing these words unless you are here to be a change bringer here, to be one who is bringing in the new, to be one who is standing in your truth, standing in yourself, bringing yourself more fully. And all that is required for you to do this is now here on this world. You are having conversations of infinite deep knowledge which was held safe and secure in the minds of only a few on this planet for the entirety of the existence of your civilization. It is now out in this world as a collective knowledge. And this is why the unweaving and the reducing of solidity is becoming more widespread. For it is in the awareness of the ability to break down solid thinking that the controlling of the belief of the solidity is indeed melting away around you in every single form of existence here. And you are a crucial element of this. And you are being asked to stand in a space that is not simply extraordinary, for that word extraordinary means extra, superordinary. We do not wish for you to see yourself as one step above ordinary. We are asking you to recognize that you are being asked to stand in your magnificence. Stand in the light of all that you are. Stand in the light that is beyond, not simply one step further than, but leaps and bounds beyond what already exists. And here is a solidity that every single one of you who is here to be a change bringer is working through now. You are working through this belief and this teaching that has been perpetuated that you must take one step, take one step, take one step, and that evolution of you must be a slow process of breaking down the pieces of you that you perceive are broken, the pieces of you that you perceive are blocked, the pieces of you that you perceive are unflexible, inflexible. And this, again, is a solidity of thinking. So we encourage you to let yourself make real these ideas that are 10 and 50 and 100 steps away from where you are, and bring them through, because this is what you are receiving now. You are receiving the highest frequency ideas that you are touching into. And you are perhaps unaware of your ability to bring through these elements of newness, these inspired ideas, these concepts, these learnings, these teachings that are coming through you to be made real here because of the frequency and the uniqueness of you. You are being inspired with these ideas. But the humanness of you takes these ideas that are 10, 50, 100 steps away, and you bring them down to something that feels like it can be justified, that it can be made real. And we say to you that that is a solidity. That is a solidity of thinking. And you can step beyond that. For these ideas that are 10 and 50 and 100 steps away cannot be validated in the world that you are in now as something that, yes, will make you the outcomes that you are expecting. For these ideas are so beyond the validity and the testing of the now, that how can you bring them through with the smallness of the energy of where this world is now? And we hope we are explaining this to you clearly, for the holding of the energy that you are in as you listen to these words is doing the unweaving in some ways for you. But expressing our desire for you to know that you can step these giant leaps forward, and that these ideas that you are receiving cannot be judged by the standard format of existence in which you are living now. For you are one who is here to bring the new. And the new does not need to be an evolution of the old, for the evolution of the old is only justifying the brokenness of what already exists. There is this fallacy that you must see a problem that is broken and bring a solution to it. But that simply creates more of the perpetuation of that which already is. What you are receiving now as a light bringer and a change maker is so far beyond that element that you are a bringer of the new. You are bringing in the new that is not connected to the old, that is not a fix of the old. And this is the work that we are here to encourage you to embrace as part of who you are in this world. And it does not mean that you must let go of all of the things that sustain you, but allow a proportion of yourself to play in these new energies, to bring through this new, to bring through these pieces that are 10, 50, 100 steps away. For that is what this world requires now, the new. And as each one of you as a change bringer and a light bringer, and one who is weaving the new as an individual, brings through your elements that are beyond the solidity of now, you take your piece, you bring it in, you weave that into this new weaving of this new reality, and you see how all of you individually working together, bringing in the new, that which wishes to come and be birthed into this world through you, you are creating an entirely new weaving, something that is not based in what already is. And that is our work here. We as the collective, as the crew, as this channel has allowed us to be expressed in this world, are so grateful for all of you that are allowing yourselves to hear these words now. And we are here bringing more of this for you anytime you need these touchstones, that it is okay, that you are allowed to reach that far, that you are capable of reaching that far, that you are here to step beyond what already is and into the what not is already formed. That is the power of you now, and that is why this collective is working so hard with all of the light bringers, all of the people here now on this planet who have chosen to be here to manifest this new collective quickly. And we have in many messages that we have brought through this channel described to you the quickening of the process of what you are bringing about here. By being witness to your own awakening, you are allowing the awakening of this planet to bring itself into fruition much more quickly. And we are so grateful to all of you who listen to these words, who allow yourself to go further, go wider, go higher, see more of the moreness of yourself. And this is our message that we wish to bring to you today, is our gratitude, for all of you who are listening and bringing more to this world. For you are being asked to not simply be extraordinary, but to stand in the full light of your own magnificence. And that takes courage, and that takes being willing to stand out from what already exists. It takes you to allow yourself to be more than what already is. And through that collective agreement of yourself, you bring about an entirely new weaving for yourself and for humanity. And with that, we will step back in this moment, but we will return through this channel in many ways, in many forms, in many mediums, to discuss and to be here and to hold space for the entirety of the magnificence of all that you are as a light bringer here in this time. Hi. So there we go. There is a introduction, if you like. Hang on, let me drink. From the crew, why they're here, and what my work is through them and with you, and for every single one of us who are here to be the change bringers, and how we are all being in this state of infinite courage right now. Infinite courage. That's what we're all doing. So hold yourself in the highest level of love. Hold yourself in the highest state of compassion. Hold yourself in the greatest space of excitement that this is what we're doing. This is how important we are. This is the work that we're here to do. And in doing the pieces of this that we are all here to be, you know, like I said at the beginning, you know, these are the pieces of us that when we do them, we feel the most alive. So if when you write, you feel the most alive, write, no matter whether you feel there's a purpose to it or not, or whether you can justify it as, oh, it's going to be a book. Simply write, because you bring about such amazing energy in the being of the writer in you. If you're a creator of music, it's exactly the same. Let the highest light of you flow through by being a musician, you know, and just letting that fullness of yourself out into the world creates an entirely new weaving creates an entirely different vibrational state. All of us who are here right now, we all have this as our job. This is it, to really embrace everything that we are and the highest light that we are and the love that we can bring, and just let ourselves take these big leaps into these spaces that make us feel the most alive. So I hope that that's been nice for you today to meet the crew. It's certainly a pleasure and a joy for me to do. And I'm going to be doing more channeling over on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube now, this is where my channeling's going to be, over on YouTube. I will let everybody know on Facebook when and where I'll be doing that live on YouTube. And yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, do come over and follow me on Facebook. That would be lovely. I'm also going to be out on various other places as well. So that's exciting. I'm going to try a new bit of technology next week. So this bit of technology has not been giving me great quality video, so I'm going to try a different one, and we'll hopefully see if that makes it even better. So if you would like to follow me a little bit more, you can find everything that I do on my website, which is uninvented.life. You can head over there. There's some channels on there. You can find out all about me. You can find out about my work. You can find out about me being a reluctant and yet very sweary human being, but as the channel for the crew. And if you'd like to book a one-to-one session with me and the crew, or just me, or just the crew, whatever you like. Actually, you can't just be the crew. I need to be in that. There's information on there of how you can make that happen. So huge love. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching on replay, let me know you're here. Give me your comments of anything that you've felt expanding yourself from today, what you thought, how you experienced the crew. I'd love to hear your comments. So there we are. I'm off. Find me on my website, uninvented.life. Thank you very much for being here. Huge love. Bye for now.